Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Hello. Am I catching you at a bad time?
Oh, of course not.
You look as if you were expecting someone.
Actually, I was. The district attorney's office, they took Jessica down to the grand jury today, and I'm just waiting for the verdict.
Whether or not they'll indict Dylan Shaw.
Yes.
Do you hope they will?
I hope that she will come to her senses. That's what I hope. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. So, depending on the verdict from the grand jury, why, we'll take him to court, probably.
Statutory rape. It's a very serious charge.
Yes, it is. James, look, I didn't want to ruin this young boy's life. He just will not leave her alone. I wanted him just to stay away until things calmed down, but I caught them together in her room. He'd actually climbed up and through the bedroom window. He just will not leave her alone.
It's a very difficult situation.
Yes, it is. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Any more postcards from Brooke?
Oh, no. Just the one.
Lucky you. Unlucky me, I actually had to speak to her on the phone today.
Prince Omar, you live the kind of life that we in America call a fairy tale.
Well, it is, comfortable.
Yes, I'd say it's very comfortable.
Thank you. May I propose a toast? To a most engaging couple, may you stay as one for the rest of your lives, and may the love that burns so brightly within you light the path to your future, and may it inspire all those who witness this love.
Oh, my God. No. No, this can't be. This can't be.
Hey, hey.
Hey, what are you doing?
Just clearing off my desk.
Getting ready for the big trip?
I tell you, I am so excited about this trip.
Oh, performing in Europe to a sold-out concert hall. What's to be excited about?
Don says it's the hottest ticket in Holland right now. But he's probably exaggerating.
I don't know.
Well, Macy and I are barely known over here.
Yeah, but Europe's a whole different ballgame. You heard what Don said. Your kind of music, adult rock from America, it's exactly what they're after. And you guys seem to have the image that sells.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Well, what's so amazing about it? You and Macy have a great look. And you certainly put that starry-eyed lover routine across.
Well, it's going to be very interesting. Take a look at this. It's our schedule.
Wow, he has you two going everywhere.
We have a dozen interviews in 2 days.
Oh, a lot of camera time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kissing and hand-holding, giving them what they want.
Yep.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How far does it go?
How far?
Yeah, I mean, does it extend to sharing a hotel room?
Wow. When do you eat? Sleep?
When I get home, I guess.
I don't like this, Macy. This is a crazy schedule.
I know, but we're only gonna be there for a couple of days, so Don wants to get a lot of stuff in.
You know what this is? This is an invitation to trouble.
What are you talking about?
He's pushing you too far, way beyond the limit. Which means you might need some help staying awake, staying alert, which could lead to pills.
Oh, come on.
Not to mention all the parties with the alcohol flowing everywhere.
Oh, wait a minute. Who said anything about pills and alcohol?
I did. Macy, this is what happens to some rock stars who jet set all over the world playing one-night stands like in Rotterdam.
Well, it's not going to happen to me.
I hope you're right.
You know what I think? I don't think this is about pills or alcohol. I think you don't want me to do this concert tour because of Thorne. That's what this is all about, isn't it?
Are you saying that Brooke actually called you?
No, Ridge called, but he put her on the phone before I could protest.
So where are they? Are they still sailing the high seas?
No, no, they're not. They got caught in a storm and they were blown off course, so they've put into port someplace on the North African coast.
Never a dull moment for those two. How do they sound?
Well, Brooke sounds ecstatic. Forgive me, James. I mean, this is her fondest dream come true, isn't it?
And Ridge?
Ridge, I'm not so sure about Ridge, actually.
Why'd you say that?
Well, he seemed distracted when we spoke on the phone.
Distracted by what?
He said he had a feeling, he had an intuition that something was about to happen.
Intuitions are often very accurate.
Oh, yes, I know. He just said he had a feeling something big was going to happen.
Oh, maybe you and I should run out and buy some lottery tickets.
Maybe we should. Actually, I'd like to know what's really going on between the two of them.
I'm sure they're having the time of their lives.
I suppose so. After all, they're staying in a palace.
In a palace?
Yes, Prince invited them to come and stay for a couple of days.
Well, that sounds marvelous.
Yes, I think he's even throwing a dinner party for them this evening.
Oh, that should be memorable.
Well, Brooke will probably try and dazzle them, I'm sure.
She'll succeed, Stephanie. I've no doubt Brooke will succeed.
Ridge? Ridge? Here in the palace? How could it be? But there he is. Oh, my darling Ridge. My husband.
This is great champagne.
It is one of the last magnums of the 1982 vintage.
French.
American. Napa Valley.
You're kidding. Where did you get your hands on this?
He's a prince, darling.
Oh, silly me. I guess that helps.
And a very charming prince. Your generosity is overwhelming.
Mr. Forrester, if I may say so, your wife is an enchantress.
Yeah, she's been known to crawl under a guy's skin.
Well, obviously she has crawled under yours.
We're living out a dream.
Really?
Yes. We were in love many years ago, but the time wasn't right. So we went our separate ways. We both got married. We both experienced tragedies, but most especially Ridge. He was married to a wonderful woman that he loved very much. But she died in a plane crash. So, here we are. We found each other again.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Yes.
Ridge! Can't you hear me? Ridge! My God, I'm right over here! Ridge!
Do you someday expect to have a family?
Actually, we already have a family. 2 children. Most beautiful children a man could ask for.
A man in love with his children. Please, tell me more.
Well, Omar, you've hit the nail on the head. I am a man in love with his children.
I'll say, once you get him started talking on that subject, he goes on for hours.
Oh, I can see. A man devoted to his children in every way.
Ivana, Macy and I will not be sharing any hotel rooms.
Well, why not? That is the image that you're trying to put across.
This trip to Holland really bugs you, doesn't it?
Well, I just want to know what the limits are.
Macy and I are professionals.
Professional singers, yes, but the public sees you as a lot more than that.
Well, that's just an act.
Well, not to your fans.
Ivana, you have nothing to be jealous about. Trust me.
I am not jealous. I am asking for an interpretation.
Of what?
The rules of the game. How far does it go, Thorne? You sing to her, you gaze at each other lovingly on stage, you kiss for the cameras. I just want to know where it stops.
None of that means anything.
So it's distasteful to you?
Well, no, but...
Yeah, you enjoy it.
It's my career, Ivana.
Singing.
Yes, singing.
But I'm not talking about singing. I'm talking about this other aspect of your career. And I want to know how you feel about it, but you don't seem to want to tell me.
Oh, come over here, sweetheart. It's not that I don't want to tell you. It's just that there's nothing for me to say. Yes, Macy and I, we play roles. We sing love songs to each other. It is a big act. And yes, it's a serious one, but that's all that it is. And you are going to have to trust me that there is nothing going on between me and Macy. Nothing but music.
But you do make beautiful music together, as they say. And I guess that's what scares me. I've got to go. I'll catch you later.
Thorne? You think I'm worried about Thorne?
Yes, I do.
Macy, it's you I'm concerned about.
Well, don't be, Anthony. I'm together, I'm focused, and I'm not gonna mess up my career with drugs.
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
Good. So, got any other pearls of wisdom before I take the continent by storm?
No, that's about it for now.
Come on, something else is bothering you.
Well,
come on, just lay it out there. I think we should be open with each other.
why did you think my concern was Thorne?
Just seemed pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious?
Yes.
Maybe that's because you think it's a potential problem.
No, I don't.
You just said it was obvious.
No, wait, don't put words in my mouth.
No, I'm not. You did. You think I'm worried about Thorne. I'm not. But should I be?
Oh, man,
No, come on now. Let's hear this thing out.
Okay. Thorne is the problem, isn't he?
You tell me.
You know, I really don't like playing this kind of game with you.
No, I don't either, so let's stop playing it. Tell me how you feel about the guy.
You know how I feel about him.
I knew how you felt before you started singing with him. Maybe things have changed, have they?
Oh, please.
No, Macy, listen. You guys were in love once. Now you're pretending to be in love? Is it too much of a stretch to think that maybe those feelings might return?
Those feelings are not going to return, Anthony. That's all I can tell you.
You know, Stephanie, I would think that with all the problems you're coping with, the last thing you need is yet another one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Brooke. Sounds to me like you're preparing for something.
Like what?
Like war. The minute she gets back from her honeymoon.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I was just about to call you.
Well, when do you want to do it?
Let's see, how about half an hour?
Sounds good to me.
It's gonna be a long one, you know?
Yeah, big rehearsal.
You as tired as I am?
Yeah, I'm tired, but I am very excited about this.
Yeah, me too. I just wish...
What?
Well, I mean, Anthony and I are going through a little something.
Oh, you too, huh?
What, you and Ivana?
Do you know she actually asked me today if you and I were going to be sharing a hotel room?
What is it with these two?
Well, they're just insecure, and, you know, it's understandable.
Why, because we used to be married.
And now we're singing love songs together.
We're performers. We're acting. It's ridiculous. I mean, isn't it?
Yeah, it's totally ridiculous.
I can't believe they think there's something going on between the two of us.
It's pretty crazy.
Well, look, I'll see you at the studio.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
The last thing in the world that I want is a war with Brooke.
Are you willing to accept her as your daughter-in-law?
Well, if she pays attention to Ridge and the children and her family, yes, I'll accept her. However, I do not think she's capable of that.
Now, that can be a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Are you saying that I haven't tried hard enough?
No, 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 no. I am not saying that.
I think you are, and I have been very conciliatory where she's concerned. I have tried. I know that we've had our knockdown, drag-out fights because I've always thought that all she wanted was power and money. And now she has both. And on top of it, she has Ridge. And that's the tragedy of it all to me. She has him because Taylor's dead. When I think about Taylor and Ridge and their life together and how much they loved one another and how much they meant to one another, I think he misses her. I think he knows he's never going to have it that way again. And that's the tragedy of it, isn't it? Knowing that. And that's because Taylor is gone.
I never knew how much it would mean to me to have a family.
Ridge!
Yes, the
Ridge!
I suppose
Ridge!
it's more than that, though. It's
Ridge!
never felt so ready to be a father.
Ridge!
even when you were married before?
That was very different. To be honest, I've pretty much had to put that behind me.
Tell him what happened on the boat during the storm.
Oh, that was incredible.
What happened?
Well, it came to a point where I didn't know if we were going to actually make it. The waves were incredible. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I finally just held my wife. And the whole night I spent talking about our kids. And the life we had waiting for us back in Los Angeles. And the fact that we had to pull through. We had to survive. I mean, the thought of those two kids living without us. They've never had a family the way they do now. With a full-time father, two parents that couldn't love each other more. And I want them to have that. And the thought that they would lose that to some act of nature, that was more than I could bear. There's no way that hurricane was going to take us away from our kids. No way.
It was because of Ridge and his love for us. That's the reason we made it through that storm. I'm absolutely convinced of it.
They say love conquers everything. Perhaps even a hurricane.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.